In this video, I'm going to show you how to add FAQ schema to the Greenshift Greenlight Accordion Element block. Seen this sort of come up before, and I've had to use this in my own projects in the past, so I thought I'd do a video about it. The easiest way to do this is to use ChatGPT along with the editor, and I'm actually just going to show you the process because it's actually pretty easy. There's a little bit of technicality stuff to it, but follow along and you'll have it in no time. Once you have the blocks set up in one place, then you can apply it wherever you need it. So okay, so let's get started, shall we? So I've just got Greenshift plugin installed. You're just going to need that, and you can just use the free version as well, because that has Greenlight blocks in it. When I talk about Greenlight blocks, I mean not the blue ones here, but these sort of grey ones here. So we'll be focusing on the accordion block. So I like to just / accordion element. So it's the that's the Greenshift sort of default accordion block, but we're going to be dealing with the accordion elements block. We're going to be adding FAQ schema to this block. So firstly, what is FAQ schema? So let's just go and ask ChatGPT, what is FAQ schema? And there it is. FAQ schema is a type of structured data markup that you add to web pages to tell search engines that the page contains a list of frequently asked questions and their answers. So when implemented correctly, it helps search engines like Google understand your context better, and it can trigger rich results in search. So rich results. So things like, where you might add a question like how to add schema to a website. Well, let's just go FAQ schema to a website. And then you might have, these videos are kind of like a markup, but some of this AI overview, for example, will pull in some of these. So may go through your website and pull in some of the markup that's on the website. So, and then generates the AI. But you might find there's some other, like down here, these are kind of like the schema markup or rich results. So these questions here, again, these are getting pulled in from a website. So yeah, you kind of want to have schema on your website so that you can be found in search under these. People also ask. And sometimes you might, in some questions you might ask in the search, you might get those answers, those rich snippets up the top as well. So these questions appear at the very top of the search. So that just helps, people find the information a lot more easier. That's why we kind of want to add schema, particularly FAQ schema, to our websites, And, in typical places where you put FAQ schema is on like service pages. It's good to do, it's good to have. Back to the video on how to add schema to the accordion element block. So let's go here. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now copy this block here, and I'm going to come down into ChatGPT here and I'm going to say, how do I add schema markup to the Greenlight accordion element block? And here is the code, and then it should just give me all the stuff that I need to do. So great, you got Greenshift accordion markup, and now you want to add FAQ schema. Yes. The key thing, if it is not added inside the accordion HTML itself, but rather alongside it, usually in the page source, either via a script type application block or injected via your theme plugin. Okay, so you can add it by adding it directly to the page. I want to put the attributes into the dynamic attributes here. So that's what it's telling me. So I would like to add it, the attributes directly to the accordion element block itself. Can you provide the proper HTML semantics to apply the attributes? So essentially what I need to do is I need to add these things like item scope and item type. So that's to the entire div. And then I need an item scope, item prop main entity, and I think that would be that. So we'll just apply this and we'll just go and then we'll just check in with ChatGPT on how to do it. So the breakdown here is accordion wrapper. We want to have an item scope, item type. Let's go do that. So I'm going to just come into the accordion elements here, come down here. I'm going to add an item scope. And I'm going to add the item type. Okay, so each accordion item, we need an item scope. So this is an item here. So when we duplicate this, it's going to create another item. So on the main item there, I'm going to add another attribute, item scope, and this one's going to be item type. It's essentially the same as before. Oops. And essentially, for the item scope, you just leave the value blank, because it's just applying that tag to the DOM of that wrapper. So, okay, question text. So now I want to add the item property, which is the name, and the answer wrapper. The answer wrapper is the accordion content here. So item scope again. Item type is another attribute. Perfect. And now to the okay, so we're also going to add item prop. This is the accepted answer. And then to the div elements. So this is essentially the answer. Going to add the item property, and it's just going to be the text. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this again, and I'm just going to plug this back into ChatGPT. Can you please check if correct? Okay, so issues spotted, missing the item prop main entity. And of course it didn't give it to me in the first round, so that's why we missed it. So item property main entity on each question block. And actually I thought I did that. No. Have a look here. Item prop name. Let's go through here and we'll just go, okay, so that top div should be all good. We've got the item. So Okay, right now you place the item prop name on the H3. It's better to attach it directly to the question text itself. Okay, so I need to add the item prop to the actual span itself. So that's the name value. And I've got to go take it away from here. And then the main entity is going to go onto the H3 accordion title, and okay, so I've got main entity on that. Everything else looks good. Okay, accept and answer text. That's fine. So now I'm just going to go check what I'm missing again. Anything? Please check this. Alright, that all looks good. Issues to fix wrong item prop on H3. So H3 class, GS title, item prop main. The main entity should not go on the heading. Instead, main entity must wrap the question entity inside the FAQ page. You already did that by making GS item question the child of FAQ. So you should remove item prop main entity from H3. Okay, so just going to go and remove this from that. Okay, missing item prop main entity link. Google wants each question explicitly tied to a FAQ page. You can fix this by adding, instead of just items, go item type question. Okay, so GS item, maybe that's where I need to put the main entity. Oops, no. On the GS item, I'm going to add the item prop main entity to that. And I've got everything else in there that I need, the item type. Okay, so please review. Okay, so now accessibility. Right now the button has area expander, but no area controls. Add in ID on the container and link it. This ties the button and panel, improving screen reader support. So area controls equals FAQ1. There's an history for the accordion, so that's fine. Okay. Yep, there's nothing in there. Okay, let's just add it. This is the answer. So accessibility, okay, so what do I need to do? Accessibility, area linking right now, the button is no area controls, add an ID. So it's saying that I need to add an area control equals FAQ1. Right, let's do one final check. How is this? And I've got to choose a version. Okay, it's really solid in ways. You've basically got both the FAQ schema attributes and the accordion accessibility attributes in place. Here's the breakdown of what you did and a couple of small refinements you could add. Correct. Okay, got that, got all that. Accessibility, accordion attributes. Okay, unique IDs per accordion item. Right now your button has, if you have multiple questions, they should be... okay, so yeah, if we're going to add another accordion item, just duplicate that, and then we have to come down to attributes, and we've got to then change the ID, the RA controls ID to FAQ2 and so forth. So that's good for accessibility. It says heading button association. It's best practice to add ARIA label by to the content region so it's tied to the heading button. Right, so apparently we need to put a label on all the buttons, or on the GS content div. So let me just remove yeah, couldn't get rid of that box. Okay, so we've got to add to the GS content. So we need a label by, and then it's the F. So essentially, every time you add a new accordion, you've got to go in and update all of these labels. And then on the button itself, we have an ID. So we have an ID on that, and ID equals the same one, FAQ1 label. Consistent, make sure your JS updates both RE expanded and RE hidden correctly when the accordion of schema accessory always stays in sync. Okay, so that should be all good. I'm actually going to prefer controls, then we've got the button. It's interesting. It's a different answer to this one over here. Okay, I'm just going to ask it again. Please review. Okay, this looks excellent now. You've now both the FK schema requirements and accordion accessibility. Add matching ID on the content region. Right now your button has RA controls FAQ, but the GS content div doesn't have ID FAQ1 added. So I added it. I added the ID FAQ1 label. Right now your button has... Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so right now your button has array controls FQ, but the GS content div doesn't have ID FQ on. Oh, so we also need to have an FAQ ID on here as well. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes ChatGPT just gives you so wildly different responses. How about now? Really close now. Oh man. Button label ID mismatch. Your content has area labeled by FAQ, but no element has. Button currently has. Okay, what if I just on the button? Sorry, on the. If I just get rid of that. Well, now I've got aria labeled by and an ID, so it's. How about this? Okay, you're still using the same ID on both the button and the div. This is invalid. Okay, so here's the problem. Area label should point to the button's ID, but the button's ID is identical to the content panels. Okay, so this is what it should be saying. Area controls ID the Q1 label. So that's on the button. It's the ID. We want aria controls to be FAQ1. Okay, so the GS contents, which is here, should have an ID of FAQ1, which I've got. FAQ1 label, and okay. And now, it's perfect. Okay, so everything is good. So, as you can see, that's a bit tedious, but so now, when we duplicate this, what we need to go through now is, firstly, we're going to update the label. So the ID, the ID I think can stay the same. But then this needs to change. The content also needs to change to. Actually, I think we need to change the FAQ to label. So the aria labeled. We also have to update this to FAQ2 label. Okay, let's just go confirm this is correct. Is this correct for multiple? Questions, answers. Okay. First FAQ item and the second FAQ item both have aria controls FAQ1. Where is it? I thought I updated this. Or do I need to do it at this level here? Ah, yeah, here we go. I think that's right. GS item, which is correct. Okay, so yeah, you got to just make sure you got all the aria controls correct. Let's just confirm. How about now? Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So everything is good now. So guys, that's how you add schema. So now we want to go check this. Okay, so we want to go and check So this is the website. I've got the question 1, got question 2. Let me just actually put question 1 here. We've got answer 1 here. And question 2. And question 2. Sorry, answer 2 here. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to run this through an FAQ. We've got to run it through this Schema .org validator. So validator, let's go with this, and validator.schema.org. Of course, this is all in Japanese for me because I'm in Japan. But I'm just gonna. Oops, what have I done? I gotta go fix that. Hang on a sec. This is on a development site, so. Okay, now I should have the proper permanent structure, which is cool. And I'm just going to add this in, and we're going to run the validator, and then we should have great FAQ page, and then we've got our FAQ 1 question and answer here and answer here. So that is all good. That's what we want to see on this page. We want to see a FAQ page because we've got an FAQ page there by type. And yeah, that's it. So it's basically picking up this here, the item type FAQ page, and that's it, guys. That is how you add proper FAQ schema to the Greenlight Accordion Element, and how to verify it and everything, and how to use ChatGPT to get you there. The first time I did this, it didn't actually flag anything about accessibility, but because accessibility is becoming a very important thing now in development, it's good that it's flagged it and that I've been able to add it to here as well. So I should pretty much update the title of this video to how to add schema and also accessibility to the Greenshift or Greenlight Accordion Elements. So anyway, I hope this video helps, and yeah, if you have any questions or anything, pop them down in the comments below. And sorry it's been ages since I've put out a new video. It's I've been quite busy. Hopefully I'm going to pump out some more sort of Greenlight, Greenshift related videos in the future. Alright, till then, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.